The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. All right, starting a little bit later than usual, but we are here. My name is Ron Chuckett. Welcome to the program not yet. For this second day of January 2024. Our sixth baseball season replay begins a week from Monday. 1988 from the big old ballpark in the Bronx. The Twins and the Yankees will go at it to start again season number 6 for us. But by request, we are going to replay the 1962 National League Championship playoff. It was the longest season in National League history. It had nothing to do with Dave Gardner and extra inning games. In 1961, the American League expanded from 8 teams to 10. It also expanded their season from 154 games to 162. In 1962, the National League followed suit by adding the New York Mets and the Houston Colt 45s, and expanded their season from 154 games to 162. And was all said and done with the longest season in National League history. It was the Dodgers and the Giants all knotted up, and in that era, the National League played a best-of-3 playoff. The Dodgers did that in 1959 as they beat the Milwaukee Braves. Of course, in 51, the New York Giants beat the Brooklyn Dodgers on the shot heard around the world in Game 3 of a 3-game playoff. And so here we are again in 1962 with a best-of-3 to determine the pennant. Now we are going with as-played lineups. Had to put them in by hand. And if this series goes all three, you'll see Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale. Well, you will see them for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And if we go to a third game, you'll see Juan Marichal for the San Francisco Giants. Game 1 in San Francisco. The last two, if needed, or certainly Game 2 tomorrow, will be in L.A. And with all that, let's get ready to rumble. It's time for championship baseball right here on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents the 1962 National League playoff at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, California. It is the Los Angeles Dodgers and San Francisco Giants. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So Billy Pierce gets the call in Game 1 for San Francisco. He made 23 starts on the year, including this one. I always got to remember when I hit F7 to do it when I'm not on my browser screen. Pierce is 35 years old. Pitched for the Tigers for a while. Big reason why the Giants are in the position that they're in. Fastball at 82. Bugs Bunny's proud and is a standard pitcher. He threw 162 in the third innings, 147 hits, 19 home runs. He walked 36 while striking out 76. And here's how the Dodgers will line up for the first of this best-of-3. Maury Wills, who stole 104 bases, will lead off at short for L.A. Junior Gilliam at second will bat second. Tommy Davis will bat third and play left field. He had 153 RBI. Hondo Frank Howard gets the call in right field. He'll clean up. Lee Walls will bat fifth and play first base. Johnny Roseboro behind the plate will bat sixth. Andy Carey over from the Yankees will play third and bat seventh. Willie Davis in center with his 21 homers will bat eighth. And how you doing, Scotty? Go Dodgers. And Sandy Koufax, who started 28 games for the Dodgers, will bat ninth, and again they'll face Billy Pierce. The defense for San Francisco, Harvey Keene is a 5 and a 2 in left. Willie Mays a 10 and an 8 in center. Felipe Alou a 6 and a 7 in right. Jim Davenport, a 10 at third. Angel Pagan, an 8 at short. Hiller is a 5 at second. Cepeda, a 6 at first. McCovey was hurt. Eddie Bailey behind the plate, or Earl Bailey, is a 6 and a 3 behind the plate. And Billy Pierce is a 5 on the mound with a .966 fielding percentage. Will steps in at .299, 6 homers, and 48 RBI. And as old Vinny would say, it's time for Giant baseball. No? He wouldn't say that? Anyway, here we go. The longest season in NL history starts right now. Will's a good bunter. Then Cepeda and Davenport will play for it. Morey swings a ground ball to Hiller in on the grass in front of second over to the baby bull, 1 out. Junior Gilliam at .270, 4 homers and 43 RBI. Pierce should go about 130 pitches. Although, in looking at the box scores for these 3 games, pitching was not something that there was a heck of a lot of in this series. Gilliam, line drive to Pagan, 2 out. And I forgot the outcome box. Let me put that on. Set up. Miscellaneous. That's the weather. Is that in the rules? We'll get this squared away. People like the outcome box. No, not that. There. All right. Tommy Davis at .346, 27 homers, and 153 RBI. Both teams in the regular season won 101 games, but it wasn't enough. Davis crushes this one to left center. Back goes Keane way back there, and it's 1-0 Dodgers. That nearly found Candlestick Bay. My goodness. Pierce just grooved that one, and Davis crushed it 343 feet. Here it is again, Dodger fans, right there. That was gone the second he hit it. No question about it. There'd be a bigger crowd at Candlestick than what you see. Although, only 32,000 showed up for this one. They didn't even sell out in L.A. So here's Frank Howard, .296. 31 homers and 119 RBI. Pierce delivers. And Howard rips that one into left field for a base hit. So a good start for the Dodgers. So here's Lee Walls at first base. .266, no homers, and 17 RBI. Howard, you wouldn't consider him a threat to steal, although he's not slow. Got him. Pierce didn't strike out that many, but he gets out of it with just the 1 run. Walls swung on and missed the fastball. Half an inning in the books. The solo homer from Tommy Davis, 1-0 Dodgers. So here is Sandy Koufax, who started 26 games, including this one, in 62. Sandy, who will win 3 out of the next 4 Cy Young Awards, is 26. His fastball tops out at 94 and is a fly ball pitcher. And for the record, the wind is blowing out to left center at 6. He went 14-7 with a 2.54 ERA. And a save. In 184 innings, he allowed 134 hits. 13 homers, he walked 57, while striking out a whopping 216. He had harnessed the fastball by then. Harvey Keene will lead off for the Giants in left field. Chuck Hiller, over from the Phillies, will bat second and play second. Well, he played for the Phillies at some point. Felipe Alou hit 25 homers in 62 and will hit third in right field. Willie Mays had a couple of big home runs down in Dodger Stadium in Game 2. Scotty's going to wish I hadn't looked all this stuff up. He will clean up. Orlando Cepeda at play center field, of course. Orlando Cepeda at first will bat fifth. Jim Davenport at third will bat sixth. Ed Bailey behind the plate will go seventh. He hit 17 home runs. Jose Pagan, not Angel, is at short and will bat eighth. And Billy Pierce on the mound will bat ninth. Koufax can throw 140 pitches. Not necessarily a great fielder. Tommy Davis is pretty good in left field as we set the Dodger D for. He had 8 and a 6 in left. Willie Davis an 8 and a 7 in center, and Frank Howard is a 6 and a 5 in right. Andy Carey is a 3 at third. Maury Wills a 10 at short. Junior Gilliam a 5 at second. Lee Walls a 2 at first. Johnny Roseboro a 9 and a 7 behind the plate, and Koufax, you can forgive him for not being a good fielder. He's a 5 with a .905 fielding percentage. Keane at .304, 10 homers and 68 RBI. And Harvey hits a ground ball to Walls. Lee takes it to the bag himself, 1 out. So a clear day here in San Francisco, 65 degrees, and the wind blowing out to left center at 6. Chuck Hiller hit .276 in 62, 3 homers, and 48 RBI. Fly ball, right field. Howard moving over, and that is out of play. Somebody from Bellingham, Washington made that play. It's a long drive down I-5. Count is 2-2 to Hiller. Struck him out. 1 for Sandy. He got him to look at an 88-mile-an-hour curve. So here's Felipe Alou. Felipe at .316, 25 homers and 98 RBI. Koufax steals. Alou laces this one to Maury Wills, who'll put it away for the 3rd out. So the Giants go down in order after 1-0 L.A. So Roseboro, Carey, and Tommy Davis, I think, one of the Davises, they're not related if I'm mistaken, to face Pierce here in the 2nd. Roseboro hit .249 in 62, 7 homers and 55 RBI. And he strikes out. Pierce got him with an 0-2 fastball. So 2 for Pierce. Here's Andy Carey with the Dodgers at .234, 2 homers and 13 RBI. Up the box, Pierce has it, throws it to Cepeda. 2 out. So here's Willie Davis, .285, 21 homers, and 85 RBI. He stole 32 bases. And Walter Alston has him hitting 8 here in Game 1. These are the real lineups from this series. Pierce's pitch into center, or popped up. Hiller blind the bag at second, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 2nd here in Game 1 of this NL playoff. Dodgers 1, Giants nothing. So here is Willie Mays with Cepeda and Davenport to follow. Willie hit .304 in 62, hitting 49 homers, including 2 in this series, and drove in 141. Ground ball to Wills. Maury throws to Walls. 1 out. The Giants romped in Game 1 in real life and chased Koufax in the 2nd. Here's Cepeda, Orlando at .306, 35 homers and 114 RBI. It looks like we get vintage Sandy at least to start in this one. Round little looper over Gilliam. Cut off by Willie Davis, and that's the first hit for San Francisco. Brings up Jim Davenport, 297, 14 homers, and 58 RBI. It'll be Drysdale tomorrow for the Dodgers. I did not look to see who was pitching for San Francisco. If we go the distance in this series, and there's no off day, it's Johnny Padres for Los Angeles and Juan Marichal for San Francisco. Cepeda, a threat to steal. Koufax goes to the plate. Davenport rips this one down the line and left. Davis is going to run out of room, and somebody from Oakland made that catch. And it's an 0-2 count. Good weather for Koufax to pitch in. Not too cold. The kid from Brooklyn used to pitching in colder weather. This was L.A. to be downright chilly. The 0-2 to throws to first, and Cepeda is back. Now, what do I do? Do I hit and run here? No, I might do that with Billy, though. Pitch to Davenport. Ground ball to Gilliam. Big Dave, how are you? 1 for Wills and 2 for Walls. Gilliam with a double play ball turns it. So the Giants get a hit, and that's it. No runs, no hits, and no error. Or the hit and 1 error. After 2, 1-0 Dodgers. Scotty says in 62, vintage Koufax wasn't a good thing. And Big Dave, Happy New Year to you. So Scotty basically saying that in 1962, vintage Koufax was Boone's Farm. But by 1963, Boone's Farm had graduated into a fine Cabernet Sauvignon, or even a Champagne. Koufax had 0.95 in 62, 2 homers, however, and 5 RBI. Long drive, left field, but Keene is there, and Harvey makes the catch, 1 out. I got in trouble. Well, I got spoken to about how I pronounce Q-U-E or K-U-E-N-N's last name. But Harvey, as most of you probably have heard, was the 27th out in Sandy's perfect game in 65. And if it's good enough for Vinny Scully to say 2-2 to Harvey Keene, then that's how I'm going to pronounce it too. Here's Maury Wills. He's 0 for 1. Pierce opening 9, 35 pitches, 2 1/3, and the homer to Tommy Davis. 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. Wills drops this one down because I wasn't paying attention, and he's going to beat it out. So Pierce throws to Cepeda, and Wills has the bunt. So that brings up Junior Gilliam. Jim is 0 for 1. Wills and Doris Day were an item. Definitely pronounced Keene. I'm not sure how else you would pronounce that, to be honest. Kuhn? But yeah, Keene. Pierce throws over to first, and Maury. Did they get him? I think they got him. They picked Maury Wills off. He was on his way to second, and Pagan with a tag. 2 out. And Pierce just gives Wills a knowing look as Maury heads back to the Dodger dugout. Walter Austin and Scotty Howard not real thrilled with that development. So Gilliam stepping in now with the bases empty. In the left center, Mays will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So the single is erased on the pickoff. After 2.5, no runs, a hit, no errors. Dodgers 1, Giants nothing. So Ed Bailey, Pagan, and Billy Pierce to face Koufax here in the third. Bailey at .232, 17 homers and 45 RBI. Hopefully you guys all had a good New Year. Pitch to Bailey. Struck him out. 2-2 fastball, and Koufax got him swinging. Koufax, although didn't know what he would turn into, did not have a bad 62 at all. A whip of just over 1.1038. And the National League hit a whopping 197 off him. Jose Pagan at .259, 7 homers and 57 RBI. And if you are not a fan of the college football playoff and miss the bowl system, you got to be laughing that you're going to have a national championship that's a Rose Bowl, essentially. Michigan and Washington. And yes, Virginia, it is possible to have a college football playoff that does not involve Alabama or Georgia in the final. Pagan, ground ball up the middle. Wills scarfs it up, throws to Walls, has it for the out. Big Dave said, yep, spent the early part of the evening with friends and then headed home so the kids could get to bed at a reasonable time. Mr. Gardner and I had a blast New Year's Eve. We talked for 3.5 hours with you guys. Billy Pierce, by the way, at 214, no homers and 5 RBI. Ground ball to third. Carey over to Walls. And that's an out. So 2 away. Oh, that's it. That's the inning. So essentially 9 up, 9 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Giants do have a hit. We go to the 4th. 1-0 Dodgers. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it. It was fun. We will definitely do that again next New Year's Eve. Billy Pierce starts the 4th. Tommy Davis, Frank Howard, and Lee Walls. Tommy homered his first time up. Drops one down. Bailey throws to first, and Tommy's retired. So 1 out for Frank Howard, who was not the Capital Punisher in 1962. Singled his first time up. We go to L.A. for Game 2 tomorrow. And if we need a Game 3 on Thursday, it'll still be in L.A. Howard sends this one into right center. Mays headed back, way back, and will make the play. A fantastic play as Mays just kept running and running and running. And we go, it's 2 out. He robbed Howard of a home run. So Scotty's working on his Willie Mays voodoo doll. Here's Lee Walls. He struck out his first time up. Lee, ground ball over the mound, a base hit. So Lee is a threat to steal. Roseboro struck out his first time up. Pierce throws to first, and Walls is back. 1-0 Dodgers, 2 out, top the 4th. Walls stays put. Roseboro, ground ball left side, a base hit. Keene will pick it up. Not a good play by Pagan, and Walls moves on to third. So Pagan gets the Goat Heroes up on the board. So runners on the corners for Andy Carey, who was 0 for 1. Walls on third. Roseboro, who was downright speedy for a catcher, on first. Pierce delivers. Carey rips this one over Cepeda. Gets down in the corner. Walls is going to score. Roseboro trots around second. Alou finally digs it out of the corner. Johnny's going to round third and score. They're going to try to hold Carey to a double, and Carey stops right there. But Andy Carey drives in 2 here in the 4th, and it's 3-0 Dodgers. So here is Willie Davis. Willie is 0 for 1. And the former Yankee with a big, big hit. Pierce delivers. There's a ground ball to third. Davenport over to Cepeda. Willie's running, and he is out on a bang-banger. Davenport maybe saved a run with that. So the Giants defense giveth, and the Giants defense taketh away. 2 runs. 3 hits, however, for the Dodgers on the Andy Carey double. And after 3.5, 3-0 L.A. So there's a look at how these two teams did in the regular season. And as I take a drink, you can take a look at the stats. You get Drysdale tomorrow, and I would assume Sanford. Amazing to have two people drive in 140 plus runs. And if you think that stolen bases were common, then guess again. You look at Wills and his 104, and then third on that list is Willie Mays, and he just stole a whopping 18. So Harvey Keene will lead off the fourth. Sandy, 3 innings, 27 pitches for his opening 9. The 1 hit and the double play, he has struck out 2. Harvey 0 for 1. Got him. That's 3 for Sandy, and 0-2 fastball at 98. Swung on and missed. So Chuck Hiller is 0 for 1. He struck out. Alvin Dark, by the way, is managing the Giants. In the right, Howard loops over, makes the catch. 2 out. Felipe Alou is 0 for 1. You look at Candlestick in its original configuration. Not a bad park the way it was originally set up. Big old scoreboard and right. The 49ers, of course, how you doing, Andrew, played at Kezar Stadium until 1970. In fact, the last game at Kezar was the NFC Championship against the Cowboys. Didn't turn out so well for San Francisco. And then they enclosed the place and put down the plastic stuff for 6 years. And, of course, the Giants and the 49ers played here the rest of the time until the Giants moved out to Pac Bell. Pitch to Felipe Alou, who's 0 for 1. Struck him out. That's 4 for Koufax, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 5th in Game 1 of this playoff. 3-0 Dodgers. So here's Koufax. Sandy's 0 for 1. Pierce smarting after that big double by Andy Carey in the 4th. Rips this one to right. Back goes Alou. A line drive, and Felipe made the catch. Maury Wills 1 for 2. The wind traditionally would blow in off the bay, and it's wondered. Maury Wills, by the way, 1 for 2. Opening 18 for Pierce. 67 pitches, 4 1/3. 6 hits, the home run to Davis, and the 2 strikeouts. Cepeda and Davenport coming in. In real life, Koufax went down in July. I wondered why he only had so many starts. And then came back to start 4 games, or tried 4 games late in the season with 4 games at 8 2/3, including this one. The Dodgers, by the way, had dropped 4 straight coming into this, and San Francisco would win Game 1, so the Dodgers backsliding at the wrong time. Anyway, the point I was going to make was you kind of wonder, with the way that the wind blew off the bay, how many home runs did Willie Mays lose playing in this great big ballpark? Wills hits this one to the mound. Pierce throws to Cepeda, and that is an out. 2 out for Gilliam. Jim is 0 for 2. Now, it's really not fair to compare Candlestick to the Polo Grounds. The Polo Grounds with their 260 down the lines. This was really, I suppose you can say, Milwaukee County Stadium was the first purpose-built baseball stadium built in the 50s. Memorial in Baltimore and Muni in Kansas City were built for football. But this was specifically built for the Giants. Gilliam popped up left side. Pagan will make the catch, and we're halfway home. Hey, the sun is out here in Burlington. You don't see that very often. 33 degrees, halfway home in game one, 3-0 Dodgers. If you join us late, we're late to begin with. I triple booked myself this morning. Isn't that fun? Dodgers up 3-0. Tommy Davis with a massive home run in the first to left center to make it 1-0. And then Andy Carey, a double in the fourth, to make it 3-0. So Koufax, a one-hitter through four. Lorenzo would be happy with that. And struck out four. Billy Pierce, a six-hitter through five. All three runs charged to him. And two strikeouts. Billy Mays is 0 for 1. Koufax starts the fifth. Fly ball, left center field. Back goes Willie Davis and Tommy Davis, and that ball is off the wall. Mays is gonna have two. He's being waved a third to throw to Carey, and Willie Mays has a triple. He had 5 on the real year, and a big one here to start the fifth. So here's Cepeda. He singled his first time up. The first real rally for the Giants coming here in the fifth inning. Got him. That's 5 for Koufax. So 1-2 fastball, swung on and missed. Brings up Jim Davenport, who grounded into a double play in the first, or the second. Of course, whoever wins this series is going to have to win one on the road. That's just the way a best of 3 works. The way the National League set it up in '62. Turns out it was the Giants that won Game 3 in L.A. And don't forget, a new feature for Dodger games starting in 1962. You can get your Dodger dog and get in line for Dodger Sushi. A new delicacy over from Japan, Dodger Sushi. Why do we start it in 1962? Because sometime in the future, they're going to need that money. So get your Dodger California roll where you get your Dodger dogs. Pitch to Davenport. Struck him out. 6 for Koufax. An 0-2 curve just below the belt. Brings up Ed Bailey, who struck out his first time up. So is Mays going to stand there, get there on the triple and just stand there? Koufax delivers. Yes, he will. Strikes out the side on a 2-2 curve. No runs, a hit. The Giants sets the first runner they've left on. After 5, 3-0 Dodgers. Excuse me. It was hard to get that summary in knowing you had to sneeze. So Tommy Davis, not a great bunter. Trying to bunt his last time up. He homered in the first and was out trying to bunt in the fourth. One more sneeze. Excuse me. As we start the 6th inning, Pierce delivers. Ground ball up the middle. Pagan's got it. Over to Cepeda. 1 out. Here's Hondo. He singled his first time up. Or singled one of his at-bats. 1 for 2. Into left field. Back goes Harvey Keene. He's backpedaling to the track. And that is gone. Hondo makes it 4-0 Los Angeles. He rode that one right down the line and left. And Keene just simply ran out of real estate. So the Dodgers, not necessarily known as a power hitting team in the 60s, although this team can belt, have 2 home runs today. And they've given Koufax a 4-run lead here in the 6th. My nose itches. Here's Walls. Lee has singled and struck out. He scored in the 4th on the carry double. And he draws a walk. All right. So, can somebody look? Who am I pitching tomorrow for the Giants? Wow, Perry only threw 7 starts. Didn't pitch all that well. I'm assuming, is it going to be Odell or Sanford? I know that Marichal goes game 3 if we get there. Howard of the Senators for Claude Osteen from the would set the table for the mid-60s success of the Dodgers. Yeah, because Johnny Padres was starting to show his age. So Roseboro at the plate. 1 for 2. He has struck out and singled. The Dodgers are up 4-0 here in the 6th. And Pierce, last inning, trailing by 4. He will bat second in the 6th. Roseboro. And Pierce throws a balk. So Jack Sanford will go game 2. Okay. So I suppose I could go with Billy Odell, who must have pitched before. So I can't use Sanford. Thank you. So 2-1 to Roseboro. Pierce delivers. Popped up left side. Davenport chasing by the dugout. And somebody from Berkeley made the play. And the count is 2-2. Roseboro. Pierce delivers. Up the box to Billy. He throws to Cepeda for the out. So Walls will go to third on the ground ball. 2 out for Andy Carey. It was his double in the 4th that made it a 3-0 game. He's 1 for 2. In the left center, Mays will chase it down, and that'll do it. So after 5.5, the Dodgers get a big insurance run on a hit and no errors. They've left on 3, bottom of the 6th, 4-0 Dodgers. So Pagan, a pinch hitter, and then Harvey Keene to face Sandy Koufax. So Swedish Jeff 2022, our latest follower. Thank you so much for the follow. Pagan is 0 for 1. Koufax deals. Laced foul, third base side. Somebody from Palo Alto made that catch. And the count is 0-2. Koufax deals. Popped up left side. Maury Wells calls for it. 1 out. So Pierce's day is done. And who can hit a lefty comes up, and it's going to be Carl Bowles. Bowles, 375 with an RBI. I do have McCovey on the bench. We have nobody injured, so he is there. Koufax is just throwing 66 pitches with 1 out here in the 6th. Into right, Howard lopes over, makes the catch. Makes a diving catch on the grass. How about that? 2 out. for Harvey Kuenn. So Koufax, 67 pitches, 18 batters, 5 2/3, 2 hits, and 7 strikeouts. And at this point in the game, it is much more Cabernet Sauvignon than Boone's Farm for Mr. Koufax. Harvey is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Koufax winds and fires. Struck him out. That's 8 for Sandy, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th in the opener of this 3-game playoff. Dodgers 4, Giants nothing. We'll go with Billy O'Dell, who probably pitched to close out the regular season. But he's on full rest here. He's 30 years old. The former Pirate throws the fastball at 85 and is a ground ball pitcher. 19 14 with an earned run average of 353. And if you're wondering, he did go to the pen 4 times, but in 43 games, 39 starts, he finished 20 of them. And as Willie Davis digs in, O'Dell, 280 2/3, 282 hits, 18 homers. He walked 66 and struck out 195. Willie is 0 for 2. Giants play for the bunt. Ripped into left. Kuenn. 1 out. For Koufax, who you know is going to hit. He's thrown a 2-hitter, for goodness sakes. He's 0 for 2 today. Into left field. Back goes Kuenn. That is well struck, and Sandy has homered. Goodness gracious. Buffy St. Marie. Sandy Koufax makes it 5-0. He hit 2 in 62. My word! A home run from Sandy Koufax. And the quaking you feel is a giant jump for joy in Los Angeles. Yeah, 20 career games is a career total. Maybe you hit 20. Here's Maury Wills. Maury 1 for 3. He's got himself a single. So 5-0 Dodgers now. They have 8 hits. The Giants have 2. No errors. The Giants have left on 1. The Dodgers have left on 3. Wills, a slow ground ball over the mound. Hiller over to Cepeda. And Maury is retired. So Sanford and Drysdale tomorrow. And if the Giants win tomorrow, it'll be Juan Marichal and Johnny Padres for the pennant. Gilliam is 0 for 3. O'Dell's pitch. Ground ball to third. Davenport has it, throws to Cepeda, but as you hear the sirens behind me, Sandy Koufax was criminal. His solo homer. Stretch time, 5-0 Dodgers. So, I'm assuming, and I know it's always dangerous when you assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me, that the Giants got Game 1 as a host on a coin flip, because that's how they did these things then. It was certainly not by who had the better record against each other. And I would assume that the Dodgers liked that, because that meant that they essentially got home field for this 3-game set. Shot killer is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Koufax has fanned 8. Ground ball to Gilliam. Jim almost in on the grass, throws to Walls, and Hiller is retired. So that brings up Alou. Felipe is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Popped up. Right side. Gilliam. 2 out. For Willie Mays, who tripled. 1 for 2. Don't forget RJL is back. 1972. He's 10 years later. Opening night last night. For your dancing and dining pleasure. Koufax against Mays. Here, 2 out. Bottom of the 7th. Giants trail 5-0. Got him. That's 9 for Sandy. A fastball in there at the belt. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 8th in game 1. 5-0 Dodgers. So Odell, who's not a farmer, to face Davis, Howard, and Walls. Tommy homered in the first. And is 1 for 3. Ground ball to Pagan. Jose throws to first. Cepeda is there. 1 out. A special thank you, oh, by the way, to the folks over on the Stratomatic forum at Delphi. Imagine my surprise when I'm sitting there reading over there, because I read a lot of those forums, and to see that someone had found my videos and was enjoying them, despite the fact that I play Action PC on the stream and not Strat. But thank you so much for the kind words. It means a lot. Here's Frank Howard. He's 2 for 3. He has homered and singled. This time around, he laces that one into right center field for a base hit. Alou will throw it back in. And for Howard, that's his 3rd hit today. He had 146 on the real year. Lee Walls is 1 for 2. Has himself a single, a run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. Odell's pitch. Got him. First for Billy. A 1-2 curve, and Walls chased it. 2 out for Roseboro. Johnny 1 for 3. A single, a run scored, and a strikeout. So these two teams tomorrow from Los Angeles. We got some opening year Dodger Stadium stories for you. Jack Sanford and Don Drysdale. And if the teams remain tied after that, Thursday at lunch, it'll be Juan Barisal and Johnny Padres for the pennant. Pitch to Roseboro. Up the middle. Hiller has it. Goes to Pagan for 1. And that'll retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. The Dodgers have left on 4. They lead it 5-0. So Koufax looking really strong in this one. Cepeda, Davenport, and Bailey. And going through the box scores of this series this morning, it is amazing how many pitchers Walter Alston and Alvin Dark used when they got behind. This was not just a set it and forget it series at all. Cepeda, left center field. The crowd likes it. Back goes Willie Davis. That ball is long gone. Cepeda homers, and the Giants in the 8th inning are on the board. A solo shot to left center field, and it's now 5-1. So Cepeda hit 35 on the real year. Sandy just left that one way over the middle of the plate. The wind, what little there is blowing out to center, and Cepeda just rode that like the bull he is. That's only the 3rd hit for the Giants. Here's Davenport. He's 0 for 2. Has struck out and grounded into a double play. 5-9-0 for the Dodgers. They've left on 4. The Giants a run on 3 hits, and they've left on 1. So the first black mark really against Koufax, who's had immaculate control. He's struck out 9 through 7. Popped up. Roseboro. Foul territory, doffs the mask. 1 out. No, he dropped it. Roseboro dropped it. I've never seen that in this game before, have you? The catcher dropping one? So Jim Davenport is given a reprieve from the governor. My goodness. The wind in Candlestick blew in circles for sure, but out to center it too. Blame it on the wind. Or if you're Edie Gourmet, you can blame it on the Bossa Nova. Koufax deals. Got him anyway. Didn't matter. He's chased a 1-2 fastball, and Koufax has fanned 10. So here's Eddie Bailey. Eddie 0 for 2. He has fanned twice. Rips this one to Gilliam. Jr. throws to first for the out. So 2 out for Pagan, who is 0 for 2. Koufax has thrown an absolute gem except for that one pitch to Cepeda. Base hit, right center field. Davis will cut it off. Odell, we will pinch hit. Who can hit a lefty? And the Giants are going to bring up Willie McCovey. In 91 games, he hit .293, 20 homers, and 54 RBI. Lefty versus lefty, but now's the chance. Now's the time to get some power. Got him, and Sandy has fanned 11. What an effort for Koufax coming off the injury. We go to the 9th, 1 run on the homer by Cepeda, 2 hits, and 1 error. We go to the 9th here at Candlestick, 5-1 Dodgers. So Stu Miller, who literally in the All-Star game, one of the 2 I think this was the last year of the double All-Star game, literally was blown off the mound here during his windup and got called for a balk. Not kidding. We joke about the wind blowing in circles. I don't think Stu liked pitching at Candlestick all that much. He went 5-8 with a 4.12 ERA, 34 years old, fastball at 87, and a ground ball pitcher. 59 times out of the pen. He saved 19, although he didn't know it then. 107 innings for Stu, all out of the pen, 107 hits. 8 homers, he walked 42 and struck out 78. So Carey, Davis, and I'm assuming Koufax for the Dodgers. Keane, Hiller, and Alou for the Giants in the bottom of the inning. Andy has a 2-run double. That came in the 4th. 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. He laces this to left center. Mays will just keep that in front of him to save us a base. So 1 on, nobody out. 10th hit for the Dodgers for Willie Davis, who's 0 for 3. Miller's pitch to third. That might have worked. Davenport goes to Hiller for 1, but Davis is going to reach as Hiller doesn't get the ball out of the glove. So 1 out for Koufax. I can't believe Scotty never commented on the home run. Sandy homered his last at-bat. Throw to first. And Davis is back. Pitch to Koufax. Sandy pops it up right side. Cepeda into foul territory. Lots of room. Makes the catch for the 2nd out. Here's Maury Wills. Maury 1 for 4 with a bunt single. They also kind of napping after first. Did Wills. Davis is back. So 2 out, runner on. And Miller trying to hold this to a 4-run ball game. Ground ball to Hiller. Over to Cepeda. And Maury is retired. So Darryl Spencer will play third for the Dodgers. He is a 7 with a .925 fielding percentage. And that's what he looks like. No other changes for LA. Sandy Koufax on 99 pitches comes into the bottom of the 9th with a 5-1 lead. So after 27 batters, 8 innings, 4 hits, the home run to Cepeda, and 11 strikeouts. And if this holds, Sandy Koufax will be your Digital and Ice MVP. Harvey Keene is 0 for 3 and has struck out twice. And for the first time since 1959, when the Dodgers and the Milwaukee Braves played a playoff game, this is the first time since '59 that a regular season game has been televised in every market. Until 1965, major league cities were blacked out. So nobody in New York ever saw Dizzy Dean. You saw him in Hartford, but you didn't see him in New York. And so one of the rare times where a game was shown truly coast to coast. Pitch to Keene. Ground ball, right side, base hit. So Harvey with a single. Frank Howard probably should have made that play. He's made a great play and he's made a poor play. Chuck Hiller is 0 for 3. Giants will pinch hit for him. Bob Neiman will pinch hit. You see his numbers, 9 for 30, a homer and 3 RBI. Sandy better be careful. Alou, Mays, and Cepeda are all chomping on the bit. Struck him out. 12 for Koufax. And the Giant crowd just grits his teeth. 1 out for Alou. Felipe is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. The Giants need 4 to tie and 5 to win. Into left field. Back goes Davis. Away back there. It's 5 to 3. Back come the Giants. So Koufax let another one come up in the zone, and Felipe Alou made him pay. And so now, do you let Koufax face Mays? Willie isn't the winning run, nor is he the tying run. But if he should reach, the tying run would be on deck. In Cepeda. See what Scotty says. Do you stick with Sandy or do you make the move? Throw to Mays. You want Koufax? He's not tired. You got Perinoski and Richard. Roebuck and Sherry. You want Koufax, okay. Padres, by the way, will go game 3 if needed. If needed. So Koufax will, will face Willie Mays. 1 for 3, but that one hit was a triple in the 6th. And he didn't go anywhere. Giants only have 6 hits. 1 out. Here's the pitch. In the left. Davis should track this one down. Tommy's there. 2 out. Makes a sliding catch there in the dirt. And that'll bring up Cepeda. So 2 out. Cepeda has homered and singled and struck out. He's 2 for 3. So last chance saloon. The Giants have made this close. It's 5-3. And Koufax 1 out away. He still has struck out 12 and only allowed 6 hits. Sandy winds and fires. Ground ball to third. Spencer's going to grab it. Throws to Walls. And the Dodgers will have 2 chances in L.A. to win the pennant. They win a very good opener. 5-3. So 2 hours and 15 fake minutes. The Dodgers, 5 runs, 10 hits, an error. They left on 5. San Francisco, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and they left on 2. So Sandy Koufax goes the route. 9 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and 2 home runs. He didn't walk anybody and struck out 12, and he couldn't have thrown 136 pitches. Billy Pierce, not a great effort. 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs all earned. The homers from Howard and Davis. Oh, did we mention that Sandy Koufax hit a home run, too? He walked 1, did Pierce, and struck out 2. Odell and Miller in relief. So the Dodgers tomorrow have a chance to win the pennant. And we'll have that for you. Jack Sanford versus Don Drysdale, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. For now, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett. Hope you had a great New Year. We'll see you tomorrow. So long, everybody.